In October 2018 we went to Japan, and on day 5 we did a lake cruise and visited some marshland. So if you look at the map, you'll see Nikko, day 5, and here's a little map showing the lake cruise route, and the lake is called Chuzenji, and before that we actually caught the Tubo tourist bus to stop 26, which is the Yumoto Onsen, and we got off the bus, and it wasn't hard to find the ferry terminal, if you call it a terminal. And here's some photographs of us leaving the terminal on the ferry, and that's when we got a real perspective of the size of the town. And if you look, this is the local mountain. Quite foggy and overcast day, but the autumn leaves were in full bloom in October, autumn season. So we continued on. You notice it's flat, calm. It was reasonably cold, about 10 degrees, 12 degrees, maybe. So I was rugged up accordingly, had my GoPro, and another shot of the beautiful autumn trees on the banks of the lake, and then we arrived at the get-off point to go to the marshlands, Yunodaira marshlands. Using the Google Maps, we were able to walk and find our way to the Yunodaira Marsh lands, and in amongst all that was the hot springs area. So we walked along the path to the gate, and there was a whole heap of signs telling us something in Japanese. But have a look at the autumn colours in the trees. The mist was still coming down from the mountain, but you can see the mist settling and the hot springs doing their job. Not sure whether the mist was from the hot springs or from coming off the mountain, but definitely once you got into the hot springs area, the steam was coming out of the ground, and there's a shot of how thick the steam was. So we walked through this area, and not being rude, but us 6 foot tall English background people wouldn't fit in these little onsens. So there's an example of me standing there with my cold weather gear on, and the size of me compared to the little onsen buildings. It was roped off, so we didn't go walking around, and there's obviously they're worried about us slipping into the mud. Then we walked across the prepared bridge through the marshlands towards the township itself, and there was a whole heap of signs describing the wildlife, and I took a few photographs, but they didn't turn out well. There's a shot of my lovely wife, And of course she took a shot of me, and you can see the expression on my face. I'm not that interested in photographs, selfies. Here's a shot of the different colours, the beautiful different colours, and it was much more brilliant than these photos in real life. I could soak in the autumn colours of Japan. I just could continue to soak in the colours. Then we walked back towards the township of Yumoto, and on the way there was it's a walkway of little shrines, and we took some photographs of that, and continued to walk into the township. Another selfie type photo of myself, and this area is where the bus stop is, and if you walk beyond the bus stop into the township itself, you can go to the Yumoto Onsen. A couple of local people showed us where it was, and basically you walk in and you take your shoes off and your socks off and you wash your feet, and then you can sit in there and soak up the hot springs. It's lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And just to show you, you stick your feet in that beautiful water, and it's walking around the marshlands. You get tired walking every day, and it was good. It was really good. These are the people that showed us where to go. I sat and relaxed for a fair while before we had to walk back to the bus, catch the bus back down to the Lake Cruise and back to Nikko Township. The video was produced by myself, and that's the end of another exciting video of our Japanese tour, Day 5, Nikko, the Lake Cruise and the walk through the marsh area.